Have you ever left a British meeting thinking, great, everyone agreed, only to discover later that absolutely no one agreed? If that's happened to you, it's not your fault. In British workplace culture, disagreement is often hidden behind polite language. People don't say, no. They say something that sounds positive, but isn't. Today I'm going to show you how to recognize indirect disagreement, avoid misreading meetings, and respond more effectively, especially if you work in the UK or with British colleagues.
Why British disagreement is indirect. Let's start with the cultural foundation. In many British workplaces, direct disagreement feels rude. It feels confrontational. It feels like you're creating tension in the room. So instead of saying, I disagree, that won't work. We shouldn't do that. People use softer, vaguer, more diplomatic language. The problem? If you're not used to this style, you'll completely miss the message. And then you'll walk away thinking you had support, when actually you had polite resistance.
The 5 most common forms of hidden disagreement. 1. The positive sounding negative. This is disagreement disguised as encouragement. Examples. Interesting idea. That's certainly one approach. I can see why you'd suggest that. These phrases sound supportive, but in British communication they often mean, I don't agree, but I'm being polite. If the sentence ends there, no enthusiasm, no follow-up, that's a soft no. Number 2. The delay equals disagreement strategy. British professionals often avoid saying no directly. Instead, they delay. Phrases like, let's revisit this later. Maybe we can explore that in the future. Leave it with me. These are not timelines. These are escape routes. If there's no date, no action, no commitment, you're being gently parked. Number 3. The question that isn't a question. Sometimes disagreement comes as a question. Are we sure this is the best approach? Do we have the resources for that? Is this aligned with our priorities? These aren't questions. They're warnings. The British version of, I don't think this is a good idea. Number 4. The supportive tone, opposite meaning. This one is subtle. A British colleague might say, right, okay. Yes. Okay, that's something. The tone carries the disagreement, not the words. If the tone is slow, hesitant, or stretched, they're disagreeing. If the tone is bright and quick, they're agreeing. Tone is everything.
Number 5. The silent disagreement. This is the most dangerous one. In British meetings, silence does not mean agreement. Silence means, I'm thinking. I'm not convinced. I don't want to challenge you publicly. I'll disagree later, privately. If you ask any thoughts, and no one speaks, that is not approval. That is polite hesitation.
How to recognize disagreement in real time. Here are the signals to watch for. 1. Hesitation before responding. If someone pauses before answering, they're choosing polite language. 2. Softening phrases. I'm not sure. I wonder if. Perhaps. Maybe. These are disagreement markers. 3. Lack of commitment. If no one says, yes, let's do it. I support this. I'll take ownership. Then you do not have agreement. 4. Sideways eye contact. British colleagues often look at each other before disagreeing indirectly. It's a silent group check. Are we all thinking the same thing? 5. The polite smile. It's friendly. It's warm. It's also a sign of discomfort. These are all things we should look out for. How to respond effectively. 1. Ask for clarity. Politely. Instead of assuming agreement, ask, "How does this land with everyone? What concerns should we address? What would make this stronger?" These questions invite honest disagreement. 2. Make disagreement safe. Say, "It's completely fine to disagree. I'd rather hear it now." Let's challenge the idea, not each other. This removes the fear of sounding rude. 3. Translate indirect disagreement into action. If someone says, "Let's revisit this later," you respond, "Great, when would be a good time, this week or next?" If someone says, "Interesting idea," you respond, "What part of it do you think needs more work?" You're gently forcing clarity. 4. Summarize the room. At the end of the meeting, say, "Before we wrap up, I want to check, do we have agreement on this, or do we need more discussion?" This prevents polite confusion. 5. Follow up in writing. British professionals often express disagreement more honestly in writing. A quick message like, "Just checking, are you comfortable with the plan we discussed?" You'll get the truth. The biggest mistake international professionals make. They assume that polite language equals positive language. But in British workplaces, politeness is the default. It doesn't tell you whether someone agrees. It only tells you they're being, well, British. Once you learn to decode the signals, you'll understand meetings more accurately, avoid misunderstandings, and communicate with far more confidence. Final thoughts. British disagreement isn't loud. It isn't direct. It isn't obvious. But it is there, and once you know how to spot it, you'll never miss it again. If you want more videos on British workplace culture, tell me in the comments which phrases or behaviours you want decoded next. Lucy Language Labs is a complete series of videos featuring British business communication. If you have enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe to help my channel flourish. Bye for now.